Okay, everybody, it is me, Gregory Mannarino. It is still, I'm gonna freak out. Not really. It is still Wednesday here, February 2nd, 2022. People, I have a lot to talk to you and with you about, and I almost don't know where to start. Let's see. How about the market? Let's rewind a little bit to this morning where we just got, well, something you and I already knew. An admission that we are actually losing jobs every month. 301,000. I'm laughing, but it's just crazy here. I'll wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to hear about first-time unemployment claims. You know, every week we hear about the previous week. Well, tomorrow I'm expecting this number to be epic. I don't know what they're going to try to twist this into, but I can promise you the real numbers are going to be unbelievable, but you already knew that too. Anyway, so let's start off with the market here because I want to put a perspective on something for you. We had another rally today. I'm talking about the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ higher across the board. Now, the Russell 2000 or the small caps remained under pressure. If you had to conjure up in your mind why have small caps been pretty much slaughtered for a little while now? It's pretty simple. When you're talking about small caps, companies with a market capitalization considered small, okay, we're talking about companies mostly based here in the United States. And our economy here in the United States is in a crash stage. It's crashing. It's over. Okay, our economy is finished. We're done. You can't know that for a lot of political reasons. Again, they have to keep blowing sunshine right up your crack to try to convince you that our illustrious morons that are running the show, or who people perceive that they are running the show, are actually doing a fantastic job and it's great and it's tremendous. No. When was the last time any of you, heard Greg Mannarino tell you you should be owning and holding a small cap company? I'll wait. Never. Okay? That's the answer. Never. I have never advocated for that. Why? Because I have known, just like most of you have known, that the economy is done. So why on earth would you want to be investing in a company that is not, number one, not a multinational, that is more or less doing their business here in the United States with an economy that is just cratering? You wouldn't. Okay, no one in their right mind would. But, you know, that's, look, you got people like, you know what, I don't even want to mention names, but I'll say the ARK fund out here has gotten destroyed on speculation with value stocks. You say, that's not me. I don't do that. I play the safe game for the most part here. And my strategy has been, well, you tell me if you've been with me for any length of time. It's been working here, keeping our eyes on the debt market, looking at the drivers here, buying the dips in the market, then speculating here and there on this, that, and the other thing. And sometimes my calls are wrong. Most of the times they're right. So look, what I want to do with you or for you is try to put you on a pathway, at least, if you're managing your own money, which I believe most of you probably are out here, on a pathway that will lead to a long-term success. That means understanding the environment you're in. Number one, our economy is done. So why would you want to own a small cap here? Is there going to be opportunity in small caps at one point? Yes, there is going to be. But I don't want to sit here and speculate when that's going to happen. You understand? I'm a large cap guy. You all know that. I've been telling you, large caps, dividend paying stocks, and trading around them. Okay. Here's the beauty of that kind of a situation. Let's say you own a large cap company, okay, that's in a long-term uptrend, and you are trading around it. And I am not talking about buying options. Buying options is a sub-specialty that requires an enormous amount of work and an enormous amount of proficiency. Okay, I did that and I played that game for many years. I think it's a young man or a young woman's game. When you get older, it becomes very difficult. All right, me, I've taken a step back as I have mellowed, as I have put on a few years here. You understand? So let's say, for example, you're in a company that's in a long-term uptrend, a large cap, paying a dividend here, and you are setting up credit spreads, selling way out of the money puts. Even if the stock is wavering around or drops, you're still going to make money. This is not rocket science, people. Okay, you may think it is, and I believe that that's what they want people to believe, but it's really not. Understanding the flow of money, where it's going, is key. Look, when you're looking at the markets, all right, I'm going to give you another little tidbit of information here you're not going to find anywhere else. When you're looking at the markets, you're looking at where the money currently is. Okay, we do care about that to a certain degree, but we want to find out where it's going, which is, to me, more important. Where's the money going? We'll hold that thought. We'll talk more about that moving forward. Anyway, so I think I pretty much laid out Greg Mannarino's case for why I don't like to own small caps. We have an economy in free fall here in the United States. The global economy is in free fall. However, large cap multinationals will fare much better in this environment here. Some will do phenomenal. In fact, you know what I like? I like the banks. I really do. JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America. I've been buying these for a long time. I've been telling my lions to buy these for a long time. They're in a long-term uptrend. This pullback has been a freaking gift in my view. And tech was so massively oversold, as the market always does. It overreacts. And that's what happened with tech, and there's an insane opportunity. In fact, I did a video with that title, Opportunity. Look, this is all about opportunity. I really don't care about views. I'm being honest with you. I want to get my message out there. Whether people want to understand it or hear it, that's their choice, all right? I know a lot of these other guys, they really want to tell you the market's crashing every week so they can get views. Me, I'm not going to tell you the market's crashing every week because it's not, all right? Until we see the red flags start to appear in the debt market, we will not deviate from our strategy. It's invincible. It's been freaking invincible. And that is, again, owning large cap stocks that pay dividends, trading around those positions if you are so inclined. For the longer run, betting against the debt, becoming your own central bank, holding physical gold, physical silver, and yes, cryptocurrencies. Hold that thought too, because I want to talk a little more about cryptocurrencies here towards the end, and I want people to understand a little more about my perspective, how I felt about these initially, and what turned me around to where I currently am a major bull. You all know that. Anyway, so again, on the back of losing an admission that we lost jobs, the market went higher, except for the Russell 2000, all the small caps, okay? My advice, stay away from there. Gold and silver put on some slight gains today. Now, cryptocurrencies fell under pressure again. Why? More talk of regulation. Yes, there is a concern there. There's no doubt about it. Regulation. We've been hearing about regulation for years. Years and freaking years. Look, hold that thought too, because I'll cover more about that towards the end when I deal with my little segment I want to put out here. So like I said, people, if you don't realize that we're in a crash or a crash cycle now, look, markets, economies run in cycles. Well, we're in a crash cycle right now. In fact, that was part of the title of the video I did this morning. Before I move forward here, I want to shout out to all of you who chose to support my work. You would be shocked at how few of you actually do support my work. It's not many, but believe me, I really appreciate it. My channel is pretty big, and I'm talking about a fraction of 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 you actually, do choose to support my work. I guess that's just the way it is in this society. Everybody thinks they are entitled to things for free, and that's okay. This is free. But I would consider it a good thing to pay it forward a little bit. I always tell you to pay it forward, but that's okay. You don't have to pay it forward. But if you don't expect good things to come your way. That's the truth. In life, if you don't pay it forward, you will fail. That's the nature of the universe as well, okay? Anyway, big shout out to my base, those of you who support my work. I really appreciate it. All right, now let us move forward here. A lot of you are very astute, and I do read the comments. This jobs number that we got today, they're admitting that we lost over 300,000 jobs in January. Before this news even came out, the Federal Reserve started backpedaling, okay, with regard to how aggressive they're going to be with regard to rate hikes. The Federal Reserve, people mark my words, okay, they're going to raise rates. And if they don't do it in March, you can expect this market to take a hit, probably a big one, all right? If you look back on, in fact, maybe this will be a little homework for you. Look back at how rate hikes have affected the market in the past, and it might surprise you. In fact, I think it will. Rate hikes, the market wants some action here. It wants the Fed to raise the federal funds rate, just nudge it, just a tiny bit. And I think the market is going to react very positively to that. In fact, I know it will. You saw what just happened. The Fed didn't raise rates, and what happened? Market fell. Yeah, we gained that back. It came back after the market digested, said, hold on a minute. The Fed's playing a game, like they always do. They're keeping the rate hike in their back pocket. And when they do, the market's going higher. The market's going higher anyway. Unless, of course, they don't raise rates, and then the market will drop. Okay, I want to be clear on that. So, let us move forward here, people. We're hearing a lot of talk. I'm laughing again. Peak inflation. We are nowhere near peak inflation. I mean, not even close, okay? So all the talk from the mainstream about peak inflation, that should tell you something, that we are nowhere near peak inflation. We're going to see inflation surge exponentially higher moving forward. So I just want you to be prepared for it. Energy is out of control. Crude oil, WTI, over 88 still. And depending on what they want to do here, again, the fear factor of whatever may or may not be going on over with Russia and Ukraine, the movement of troops, our president, retard president, excuse me, I got to get it right, is sending more troops over there. You see, look, what I believe, we are probably on the cusp of a new arms race. Understand, how many times have I told you that, you see, our so-called leaders can't tell you the fact that the facts are that they must find new ways to borrow cash into existence from central banks around the world. Without doing that, we go back to Mad Max. The system is debt-based. It demands more debt be borrowed. So what better way to do that than to propagate the fear of coming wars, okay? So they can go out there and spend billions and not trillions of dollars on new weaponry, okay? Replacing the old, new stuff. This is what they're going to do. They're going to suck it right out of you. And again, what is the mechanism there? That's going to be to cause the dollar, in this case, to continue its free fall faster. People, open your eyes. Open your eyes for just a moment. Wake up, and the whole world will appear real to you very quickly. But most people are unable. They believe the propaganda that they see. You understand? People, there's a natural selection going on. I've told you this for the longest time. If you're able to see through the dog shit, consider yourself very lucky. And probably one of the elite. Most people have no ability to do it. Anyway, we're going to stay ahead of this freak show, people, no matter what they want to throw at us. I'm telling you. Let us move forward here real quick. You know what? I think what I would like to do is a little short segment here about cryptocurrencies. If you are not interested in cryptos at all, well, you could probably close out of this video. Or if you might want to learn something, you might want to stick around anyway. Let's say you want to get into conversation with somebody about cryptocurrencies. And you want to arm yourself with knowledge because knowledge is power, and maybe you want to stick around. Let's talk about cryptocurrencies as a whole. I'm a macro guy, meaning I always look at the big picture. Got it? Okay. So if we look at the entire cryptocurrency space, its market cap. Okay, we talked about small cap companies earlier in this video, companies that market capitalization is X and large cap where it's much, much bigger. Okay, if you look at the entire market capitalization of the crypto space, it equals about one Dow component, let's say Microsoft. Okay, that's it. So I want you to understand, when we're talking about the crypto space in aggregate, we're talking about something that is very small. Okay. Now, I wish sincerely that that would change. I want people to be outside of the debt-based system, and I sincerely had hoped that Wall Street, number one, would have kept their hands off of crypto, which they never do. They always get their ugly hands in everything, and with Bitcoin futures and other things that are in the works here, Wall Street already has their hands pretty deep in the crypto space, even though, like I said, it has the market cap of one large cap company like Microsoft. Okay, so understanding that should put a perspective on a lot of things, meaning, okay, if in fact this were to change and we watch the market cap of cryptocurrencies grow, of course the entire value of the space would become a lot bigger, and people that are holding cryptocurrencies would benefit from that. With that whole thing, the fact that cryptocurrencies are extremely volatile, I'm 50 and 60, 70% swings in the price action of any given cryptocurrency is the norm. And this is why I have said over and over again, it's not for everyone. That's volatility that is very difficult to deal with. It's really the truth. And you will never play with cash you cannot afford to lose. All right. There's a lot of speculators, and I mean that's what we're all doing here. Honestly, we're thinking ahead, not about what the markets are actually doing now, but we're speculating about what it's going to do down the line. And maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that too once I get through my little crypto segment here. When I first heard about cryptocurrencies, I was a skeptic. I'm not going to lie. Why? You see, here I was being presented with something new. And my first reaction was to push it away. And then when I started to think about it, I was like, hold on a minute. This is interesting. These things are not issued by central banks. They're not owed back to a central bank, plus interest that they create out of thin air, and you actually own it. Hey, you know something? Bing, 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 light bulb. I would like to get into this. And that's why I remain a bull with regard to cryptocurrencies. With regard to regulation, we'll see what happens. We've been hearing about this for a very, very long time. But going back to considering the fact that the entire market cap of crypto is relatively small, there's no threat at all to the existing system. Meanwhile, you do have talk of regulation and executive action and this, that, and the other thing. They're afraid that it will grow. And I think the potential is that it can grow. If my perspective were to change, I would sell my crypto, and I will let all of you know when I change. I don't believe that's going to happen anytime soon. Anyway, looking at money and cash and how it flows, okay? Understand, we're looking at the market we have. We trade the market we have. But we're really concerned about where it's going to go in the future. Now, if we understand that at one point we're going to reach this grand finale that I've been talking about for a long time, an implosion in the debt market, and cash is just going to move. Cash is going to bleed out of the maybe we'll call the debt market the death market. Maybe it's a nice little slip there. Because it is. Again, when the debt market implodes, it's going to lead to a resource problem around the world, and a lot of people, millions, are going to die. That's a fact, okay? It's a resource problem. Look up global debt in the human bubble. Global debt in the human bubble. It's an article I wrote years ago about how the debt market is it's a horrible machine, okay? And when we do get that implosion in the death market or debt market, it's going to pressure stocks. Where's that cash going, people? It's not going to go to money heaven. I'm sorry. For those of you that believe it's going to go to money heaven, you're wrong. It's going to transfer from one person's reality into another. It's going to go from one set of assets into another. It's going to move, in my perspective, into commodities, which are going to skyrocket. Crude oil, gold, silver, other commodities as well. And I also believe it's going into cryptos. So we could see the market capitalization of the crypto space grow exponentially and rapidly, and I do believe that's going to happen. That's the real reason why I hold cryptocurrencies at this particular time. Well, there's a few reasons. I own it. There's no issuing central bank. They are not units of debt. I like it. I really do. It circumvents the debt-based system, or the beast system that I call. But anyway, so that's what we're doing. We're waiting for that moment in time when cash is going to move from one set of assets into another. You understand? Very simple. It should be easy for you to understand. All right, people, look, kind of a long video. I know some of you don't like them very long. I apologize for that. But a lot of stuff, a lot of important stuff I covered. And one more time, thank you to those of you who choose to support my work. I got your back. I got your back even if you don't support my work. That's the truth. I want you to ponder that. But I got everybody's back, no matter what they do. And I love all of you. I'll see you in the morning.